what I heard?
What's that?
Zandalor is actually a werewolf, and soon he'll eat everyone in the city.
Now then,
The demons will get him.
let's talk tactics.
I knew it. It's the beard, you know.
I want the streets to be locked down in segments so we can funnel the enemy into many a pocket of destruction. They will have the numbers, but they won't be able to exploit it. They will trample their own as archers let fall their deadly hail from every window. Those who persevere will run to their deaths on the bloodthirsty tips of our blades as the force of magic missiles tears the flesh from their limbs. And by the by, no fireballs. We don't want widespread conflagration, do we? Undead armies and Black Ring troops pose enough challenge for one day, I should think. I ask you to keep your business brief, Dragon Knight, for I have much to tell these soldiers. Between you and me, I don't give us a chance in hell. But that would make for rather dreary speech material now, wouldn't it? Still, miracles have happened before. And in any case, we'll take plenty of the bastards with us if they dare face us in combat.
A leader of champions. Little does he know that the Black Ring will gouge out his eyes, pierce his tongue with bone splinters from his own legs, and put his head on a stake. To be a fly on the wall when it happens.
Ireb and Natharap. They're a fine pair of chaps, but have you seen them? I don't believe for a second they were famed warriors amongst their kin. Should they have weapons and harnesses, show they're ready for war, then perhaps I would reconsider. Until then, I will not allow them to join the champions. Unarmed, they would be a danger to my soldiers and themselves. Some of you might wonder what we're going to do about the Crow's Nest and other parts of the city that have been infested by the walking dead. The answer is simple. Nothing. As far as we're concerned, those quarters are lost. Why? Because we will not risk the life of one more champion until the Black Ring threat has been dealt with. We will have our revenge on those flesh-eating corpses later. Slaying them will be your reward for saving Alaroth. And for each head you claim, her coffers will reward you with 10 pieces of gold. Should Damien and his armies break through Zandalor's shield, we champions will have to fight a foe more pernicious and deadly than this generation of our order has ever battled before. But let not this frighten you, or weaken your resolve, for this is not the first time mankind has faced the might of the Black Ring and prevailed. The Divine is no longer with us, but let his memory and especially his example be a guiding force for you. And relish in the thrust of your sword through the very belly of the vermin that sides with the Damned One. Now then, let's talk tactics. I want the streets to be locked down in segments so we can funnel the enemy into many pockets.
Welcome to Ch69, the best herbalist and illusionist in Alaroth. And that's not just because I'm the only one. Oh yes, ever since I was 12 and my parents moved here in search of fortune. We opened a shop, and although we did struggle to survive those first few years, we decided to stay nevertheless, having fallen quite in love with this charming city. I don't think we would have stayed if we knew how Alaroth would turn out, infected by strange creatures and ruled by the eccentric Deodatus. Still, I'm confident the champions will take care of matters as they always do. The ease with which I brew potions? I am truly a great herbalist. Always welcome. Welcome back to Ch69. Secret chamber? There's no secret chamber. What on earth are you talking about? Welcome back to Ch69. Why, yes, he was my uncle, but he disappeared many years ago. His ghost? I must say, I find that hard to believe. But what is that smell? My, what a fragrance! Only my uncle could have given his life in search of the perfect parfum. I believe you, and though I'm no specialist like he was, I shall endeavor to finish Baldini's bouquet. It will take me some time, though, so come back in a while to see the result.
I heard those Black Ring mages use dark magic. You think that hurts? I mean, really hurts? Divine, I'm nervous.
Glad to have you around, Dragon Knight. When the Black Ring comes, at least we'll have a legendary warrior by our side.
Dragon Knight! No, I live with Hansel, a good friend of mine. We decided to share a house and also, of course, the rent. There's a third room upstairs behind Hansel's, but we barely even see the guy who lives there. He usually comes home very late at night, if at all, and we sometimes hear very disturbing sounds coming from his chamber. We never dared ask him anything, though. The man's just too creepy. Yes, what a crazy story. I was on my way back from the market when I saw Hansel running at full speed, chased by an undead. Strange thing was that he was throwing sausages and bread all around him, almost as if he wanted to attract the thing even more. He ran straight up to Dora shouting for help. Good thing that man is handy with a blade and managed to capture it. Wish I was that strong. Fortune find you, Dragon Knight.
Oh there. Don't you come any closer. I'm not for eating. The others too? Well, that means you've been told about our curse. She told us she's a professor and that she researched pre-war elven poetry. Our library is stacked with the stuff, and even though our club is men only, well, we couldn't resist her charms. But now she's turned on us, and as far as I know, is trying to make away with some of the magic we keep there. Oh, many's the time I gave her a pinch and a fondle, and now she betrayed us. How dare she? Why, the famous Gentlemen's Club, of course, on Laniel Lane. Surely you must have heard of it. Very exclusive, open only to the best and the brightest. Well, not that me and my buddies are scholars, gods no. It turned out the wealthiest also belong to the best and brightest. Dear me, you mean you'll defy the witch? You know the Prancing Seahorse on Laniel Lane? Well, that's where she is. I'll bet my entire wine cellar she's worked her way into the forbidden archives, and you'll have to follow her in there. There are 3 levers in 3 rooms, mine, Gardner's, and Ashraf's, and all room doors have passwords. Drudenai opens mine. Oh, it's where old Dio and that type of fellows keep secret stuff. Ancient magic, obscure sorceries, you name it. Me and my friends don't really care about all of those sorceries. So long as we guard those levers, everything's peachy. I can't help it. It's not like they gave us a course. Well, aren't you a regular hoot?
This is the diary of a man called Hansel. What do you want to do with it? The diary details Hansel's infatuation with Gretel and describes how he pines for her, lists reasons why they should be together. Apparently their names are a great match. But in recent entries, the tone becomes more grim, and it turns out Hansel lured an undead monster to the market so that Gretel's champion husband Doris might be killed when doing battle with it. You are confident Hansel would appreciate your silence, and Doris your sense of justice.